spoke to members of the business community, this was a highly anticipated meeting, especially having the Prime Minister here.
Very much
Many
so.
of them were eager to hear what he has to say with regards to what's been going on. You've been vocal about it as well. What do you think about his speech tonight?
The Prime Minister, I think, said a lot of what certainly was on his heart and needed to be said. But his tone was, I think, the correct tone. He was certainly on a mission, and I think his whole demeanor is that he would like to see the ills that ail Freeport resolved and the city emerge and move forward. He talked about the residents' community a bit. He made mention that is vitally important. We need to see our community rise, and it has to rise with the rise of Freeport and its business. And you know, there'll be a lot of armchair quarterbacking based on what he's had to say this evening. We'll review the content of what he said. But truly, I think it's something that we needed, and this was the right time. And I think those who came out made the right decision to come and hear it firsthand, and they have something to take back. And I'm sure, you know, as we analyze this and talk about where we're going and we start looking at things, I think it's going to be a great direction ultimately for us. You know, I don't know what the Port Authority's take is on this, but you know, he restated what had been said already. So, but I think you know, I think there's a little window of opportunity to, my word, conciliate a little bit and get past some of the stuff that ails us. But absolutely, he wants to see Freeport rise, and I think that's a critically important message that was resounding in his presentation this evening.
Do you think, one of the things, when we last spoke, you said you wanted to get a better idea of the trajectory for Freeport. You kind of got that tonight?
There was none specific in terms of the trajectory, but it's there's the really defined position that he wants to see that happen, and hence in my thank you, I sort of had him commit that he would come back again and talk to us, and that's certainly one of the things we need to hear is what is the ultimate vision for Freeport, how we're going to get there, and in what sort of time frame. And I think that's something that you know, is with me, and before this evening I'd been thinking about that, and you know, and passed on some comments among some of my colleagues. But I think that's what we need to hear next. And you know, a good question asked at the end was, will the government work with the Port Authority? And while he didn't answer it in the most direct fashion, you know, he did indicate that we got to work together to achieve some things, and that's very positive. So, I mean, and notwithstanding the spat that is going on, you know, the government and Port Authority still work together. They still talk to each other, and it's all designed for the good. And it's just now, how do we get to the next level?
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ramit.